Okay. The name of this video is Influence, Part 7 of 8. In this video, I'm going to talk about the Internet. And like I've been saying in my videos, these influences in our lives are no excuse to live a sinful lifestyle. Now, these influences in our life leads to the stuff that tempt us. That leads to habits that we have. Leads to the, it determines what kind of temptations we have, and therefore, 1 Corinthians 10:13 is a good scripture to use to prove my point that these influences are no excuse. And people will disagree with me on that. And people will disagree that the internet has an influence. But actually, I believe the internet is a very big influence. I'm not sure exactly how big. People go to, websites that they like probably all the time. Some people will go to, online stores, Amazon, eBay. Some people will look up porn on the internet. People will look up anything on the internet. But I think the biggest influences on the internet, though, from the internet is our social websites. A few years ago, MySpace was in, and it was very popular. Which I don't know if it still is or not. People used to talk about MySpace all the time. Now it's Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. People talk about that all the time, and people go to those social websites a lot, or at least one of them. I myself am on YouTube most of the time. And the YouTube, has it's a very popular website, like I said. I don't know, I've seen videos that has millions of views on YouTube. And there's videos on YouTube that has positive influence and a negative influence, which could be the same with any website on YouTube. Any website, in general. The internet has a very big influence in our lives. I've even found out that there's even kids with YouTube channels. Which I never knew that until a year or two ago. YouTube is very popular. Which one do I have left? And Facebook is also popular. Twitter. And people use those websites all the time, like I've been saying, and so therefore they do affect us. And to prove my point, there are people who post videos on YouTube that will get us thinking. there are videos on YouTube, posted by atheists, that question the Christian faith. One video were 10 questions that every intelligent Christian must answer. I wonder how many people, would watch that video, and then they decided, he does have a point there. See, which, all those 10 questions are, I don't believe the guy who posted it is actually looking for an answer. He's just using those 10 questions to prove his point. To back up his point, to back up his claim. When atheists use their videos to promote atheism, questioning the Christian faith, it could lead Christians astray. Christians could backslide from God because they feel like this atheist has shown them who God really is. And then on the other hand, videos on YouTube can even have a positive influence. Just like all the influence in life, they can be positive or they can be negative. Anything we do, the websites we go to, we determine. It's not just YouTube, it's not just the social websites, which, like I said, are very popular. I mentioned online stores. eBay is very popular. Amazon is popular. And most of the time, and sometimes, you ever hear people use the phrase, you ever heard anybody use the phrase anywhere, Google it? Like Google, the search engine, which owns YouTube. What they're saying is research it, look it up online, Google it. Maybe they might not use that exact phrase, but you ask them a question about something and they give you the advice to look it up online. And nowadays, people can do pretty much anything and everything online. But you could, email. You could check your bank account, online banking. You can communicate. You can you could do, and some people can even like if you have webcams at your house, and you can even keep track of what's going on someplace else. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, but you can do a lot on the internet these days. Let's see. And and people like me, I hope that my videos are having a positive influence on people. I hope my videos on the internet are, getting people to, and to think, and to recognize who Jesus is. The internet is a big influence, whether people want to admit that or not. Whenever it's such a big influence that people can't go just one day without getting on the internet. It's like ever since the internet came out, people just have to be on the internet all the time. And they cannot stand to go one day without it. Okay, so I still have a few minutes left. And like I said, they can't stand to go one day without getting on the internet. So what they in fact, it's so big that internet has become so popular that that when cell phones got advanced enough, you had that option on cell phones. You can get on the internet on your phone. I think that's how popular the internet is. And now there's even places in town that has Hang on a second. There's even places in town that has Wi-Fi. They advertise Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi internet. So you can bring your laptop there and use Wi-Fi to get on the internet. And that's because the internet's a big influence in our lives. They decide, it's like, they help dictate what we believe. They help dictate, some people look up something on the internet and they'll believe it to be true just because it's on the internet. It's like they have the attitude, well, it's on the internet, so it must be true. It wouldn't be on the internet if it wasn't true. Wrong. There are a lot of stuff on the internet that is not true. Let's see, how much time do I have left? What to say? What else to say about the internet? And people, if they wanna know something, they'll look it up on the internet. And I guess this is all I have to say. My next video, I'm gonna talk about, Richard B. Part 8. I'm gonna talk about, the influence of, I just don't know how to word it, so you just have to watch it. Yep, I just can't word it correctly. I can't think of anything. So I'm gonna let this video run over for a minute longer before I turn it off. Because parts of it gets cut off for some reason.